Scenic and picturesque, welcome to Makueni County, where we find Sabina Mwange adjusting the gutters on her roof. She is doing it cautiously, bearing in mind that the gutters have been serving her for the last 20 years and is hopeful that they will last a few more years. On the other side of her small compound, her daughter arrives. She has been fetching water from the Kaiti River. The seasonal stream is located a kilometer away from her parents' humble abode. Mwange looks at her daughter with a warm smile. This was her daily routine a few years ago. She feels that if she survived the drill, then her daughter will definitely endure as well.
Na nikikaa hapa miaka 40. Maji tulikuwa ni ile tu Kaiti tu mliona. Hiyo ndio tunaweza kuchota tukakunywa. Na sisi hata wengine tukikunywa hivyo tunasikia hii sio mzuri. Tukakunywa bila hakuna maji mengine tukakunywa tu. Na sisi tunavumilia tu. Lakini inakaanga saa nyingine unakunywa kaleta mashita ndani ya mwili. Ukawacha ukaenda kwa hospitali ukanunua dawa ukakunywa. Hiyo mashita inakuwa ndogo.
This county is no stranger to water scarcity. Mwange has never seen piped water in her quiet little village. This situation, though, is about to change, thanks to the fruits of devolution and a partnership between the Makueni County government and the Kenya Red Cross. Those tedious walks in search of drinking water for her and many other women in her county might be no more.
Siku ile mvua inakuja tunachota hiyo tunakunywa miezi miwili mitatu ikaisha tukaendelea tena na Kaiti. Sasa hii maji mnileta hapa hii itakuwa mzuri.
Right now we are thankful kana kwamba Department of Water imetutengeneza hizi tangi zilizo hapa juu. Sasa itilafu za maji kidogo tutakuwa tafuta maji kule sokoni. Sasa itilafu za maji tunashukuru sababu zitakuwa zimeisha.
In this day and age, 54 years of independence, every Kenyan should have basic clean water that also both in quality and in quantity. We know many of our population, almost 50% of our population countrywide, are still drinking raw water, but also insufficient in quantity.
You know, this is like night. And this is like day. This is the water which people usually take from the river. And this is now the water after it is treated. And so this is something that we want to work together and make better water available. And of course more water.
Miles away in Kilifi County, the situation is no different. The county government, in response to the recent flooding, partnered with the Kenya Red Cross to ensure that residents access clean water for their daily consumption.
Tutashirikiana na Red Cross. Ikiwa hela sisi tutatoa, wao watatupatia wataalamu wao. Kuna kwamba zile sehemu ambazo hususan vile vitongoji ambao viko karibu na ukingo wa mto huu wanapata plant kama hii. Upande hususan upande wa Magarini na pia upande wa Malindi.
At the level of devastation in Kilifi, we thought that we could come and harvest this water and treat this water and give this water to as many people as possible in this county, particularly those who are displaced by the flooding, but also others in the community, because we understood that the water systems for Kilifi County and for part of Mombasa, which is the Baricha water supply, had also been destroyed by the floodings.
But what is the current state of water in the country? Is the country really water sufficient? And what does the future hold in relation to water scarcity? According to Paul Waikwa, Water, Sanitation and Hygiene Program Engineer at Red Cross Kenya, the country is headed to a crisis. Preservation of watersheds such as the Mau Forest, which is slowly diminishing, have not been prioritized enough by government.
Mau is a very important water tower that we really need to protect. And the reason I'm saying is that it is source of most of our water leading towards Lake Victoria.
As 80% of the watersheds are not under any government protection. This amid destruction of trees, which is slowly catching up with us, and soil erosion, which if not addressed, is set to hit the farmers badly in the near future.
I would say the sources of water are actually reducing in terms of production. You find the yield of the well was maybe like 10 cubic meter of water per hour, and now it has reduced to 5 cubic meter per hour. And some of the springs actually have really disappeared. If you look at the river flow in most of the major rivers, it has also gone down, and especially during the dry season. Because you see, most of the rivers before, they used to have a constant flow. But right now, you have too much rainfall, then you have flooding. Then you have a drought, then you have very reduced amount of flow in the rivers.
In Nairobi County, when it rains, it floods, and almost all activities ground to a halt. However, after the rain subside, the green city under the sun remains a thirsty one. Thousands, if not millions of taps remain dry. The residents of the regional hub get their water supply from neighboring counties: Ndakaine Dam in Murang'a County, Sasumwa Dam in Nyandarua County, Ruiru Dam and Kikuyu Springs in Kiambu County. But the population in Nairobi County, estimated at 3.5 million, has been growing rapidly over the years, resulting in an increased water demand. The county government has been quoted attributing the Nairobi water shortage to cartels who are said to make a kill in the business. In Nairobi, a 20-litre jerrycan of water can range between 5 to 100 shillings. The areas that are prone to water shortage include South B, South C, Westlands, Kayole, Mathare, among others.
Mimi ni mkaaji wa hapa Nairobi kwa muda mrefu kama miaka 20 hivi. Tumeishi tukiteseka na maji sana. Inabidi hata saa zingine ukose hata kufua manguo, naruka hata wiki moja. Hata maji yenye tunapata mbali. Inabidi hata ulazimishe mtoto aende akachote maji sababu anaona ni mbali. Hata kupatikana ipatikani kwa haraka.
Another threat to the access of clean water in Nairobi County is the disposal of human and chemical waste into rivers. This poses a risk to both the population living in the county as well as the environment. No immediate solution has been found, and it is anticipated that the situation might get worse. Things are no better in Turkana County, a county referred to as the cradle of humankind. This county that frequently finds itself in the headlines for drought, floods, and even conflict now stares into the abyss. In 2013, there was pomp and fanfare when the government announced the discovery of 2 large water aquifers in Turkana County. According to research by the government, the aquifer had the capacity to supply the country with water for about 70 years. 5 years later, little has been done to ensure that Kenya can access the water reservoirs, said to hold at least 250 billion cubic meters of water. And as if that's not enough, Lake Turkana has since been listed on the infamous list of World Heritage Sites that are in danger. According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, the lake might soon become extinct due to the recent building of Gibe 3 Dam on the Omo River in Ethiopia, a river which is a source for the lake.
We are likely to see a lot of conflict between the community, especially the farmers and the pastoralists. If you go around Mount Kenya and even around Aberdares, you find there is a lot of people who are using the water for irrigation, and the water is not enough. So the water that you drain towards the pastoralist area, the lower area, you find is actually reducing.
Water harvesting in Kenya has been greatly overlooked by stakeholders. The government had indicated its intention to set up the National Water Storage and Harvesting Authority, an outfit that will see to it that Kenya does not waste its rainwater, but not much has been achieved.
If you are to do a rainwater harvesting within a household, you need to have the guttering system, you have to have the down pipes, you have to have all other collection channels, you have to have a storage. And all these things cost money.
As the rains continue being unreliable and climate change continues biting hard, farmers will now be forced to abandon rain-fed agriculture in an economy that heavily depends on agriculture as an economic driver.
It's good also for the guys in the rural stream, especially the pastoralists, to understand the effect of climatic change. They have also to make sure that we increase the structures that stores our water for strategically serve, like dams and ponds, make use of them. In areas where we had a lot of springs, we need also to protect them.
As Kenyans go about their day-to-day activities, researchers have pointed out that much of the wasted water occurs at household level. Basics such as turning off the tap while brushing your teeth, flushing the toilet only when necessary, using efficient washing machines, among others, will go a long way in curbing wastage at the bottom of the food chain. Moreover, the government has been urged to adopt to technology, conservation and spearhead the protection of water towers, a move that will ensure that water scarcity is not a menace to Kenyans in the near future. An example of a country that demonstrated water management during a drought crisis is South Africa. Cape Town early this year imposed heavy water restrictions that required residents to reduce their daily water consumption to below 50 liters per day. One of the water-saving measures was that one should only flush the toilet when necessary in order to save water, under a slogan, "If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it out." Locally, environmentalists have been urging the government to adopt modern technology in water conservation and spearhead the protection of water towers, a move that is believed will ensure that water scarcity is not a menace to Kenyans in the near future. Salome Muiruri, Switch TV.